Hi there, and welcome back to our series on operator functions. Today we're going to take a look at four of them. That is, we're going to look at the greater than or equal to, less than, and the less than or equal to. And we'll look at the two ways we can represent those. All right, let's start with the symbols. Greater than. Let's take a look at this data set here. B2, which is 10, is greater than C2, and that is true. So we can use the greater than sign to represent this, and in fact we get the answer of true. Now, let's say we want to use an operator function instead. At that point, that is represented by a GT with cells B2, comma C2. I want you to keep in mind that when you use an operator function GT, the order matters. So the first one followed by the second one, you are basically saying is the first argument greater than the second. You can't flip these, otherwise you get a different result. Okay, so in our case, we want to ask the question, is cell B2 greater than C2? And in that case, we've ordered this properly. So the answer is true. Let's move on to greater than or equal to. What is the sign for this? It's simply cell B2 greater than equal to. You can have them adjacent to one another, followed by the number you're comparing it to, which is C2. At that point, the answer is true. Now, what if we were to do this using numbers that were equal to one another? So rather than use cells B2, we're going to use cell B4 and cell C4. In this case, you do see that these numbers are equivalent, and given that we use the proper signs here, the answer is still true because these numbers are in fact equal to one another, and that is going to be captured here. Now we can use an operator function, which is GTE. Again, keep in mind that order matters. In this case, we're going to look at the example cells B4 and C4. And the answer, as we should expect, is true. Okay? All right, so we looked at the greater than and greater than or equal to. Now we'll move on to the less than and the less than or equal to. And as you can imagine, the situation here is basically flipped, equivalent and flipped. So here we go. Is 10 less than 5? It's false. Again, we use the proper symbol here of the less than sign. The proper function name for an operator function is LT. And again, we use the proper order, and we find that, again, the answers correspond. Okay, without any surprise here, we're going to do the less than or equal to. Let's use the second database here and do less than equals to cell C4. The answer is true because these two numbers are in fact equivalent. And if we were to do the operator function, and we'll use the same data set, the answer is true. Okay, straightforward. Here is a summary of the signs, the symbols used to represent the following, along with the operator function name. Okay, thanks.